Welcome back to another episode of me turning you into a framer magician. In this one, I'm going to talk about something really interesting. It's not really about showing a cool solution. It's more about, again, just showing how you can twist and turn features inside a framer to create something that isn't something that, looks possible natively. So yeah, let me just quickly run you through what we're going to do. As you can see, we have these logos here. So the problem is that when you, for example, create a framer template, you somehow have to make sure that when the user uploads a logo to the website, it always gets the correct aspect ratio. So, by default, what you would do is you would just draw like a little frame right here. Let me just remove this. So we have a frame here, and on the right panel, we can just upload an image. So I'm gonna just get a square logo, upload it here. And you can see we have this. But let's say someone buys the template and then they are like, okay, let's upload my logo. And they are gonna go here, upload their logo, and they're gonna see this. Their logo is not square, and now it doesn't look great. So, you start wondering, okay, how can I fix this? And, when I didn't know that there's a solution for this, I actually hacked Framer to create a solution for it. And I might want to ask you to just start thinking about it before watching this video and try like figuring it out yourself. Like, how can we achieve natively a setup that allows us to not only upload an image but also set the aspect ratio of the frame that we are uploading it to? Because of course we could just say, hey, little template buyer, please just make sure that you're resizing this frame when you're uploading your logo. But no, like, we're not saying this to a template buyer. They don't know anything about Framer. They don't want to mess around on the canvas. They want to have little properties on the right panel, and they just want to edit those to be able to have their own design on the website. So yeah, just maybe think about it for a second, but if you just want to see the solution, just continue watching this video. But yeah, basically this is what we're going to play around with in this video. My name is Nandi, this is Film University, and let's get started. So again, just before we do anything, this is just an experimentation. This is just for practice, because we already have a great solution for this. It's called aspect ratio, image aspect ratio. You can go to the Frame Universe website, search for image aspect ratio. You can get this component for completely free, and basically you're just gonna have a property on the right panel, and you can literally like, let's say we have a landscape logo now. We can upload a square, and you're gonna see that now we have a square frame. So yeah, we just have to set the height to fixed and the width to fit, and it works perfectly. But if you want to be a framer magician, you kind of have to play around with these little exercises, because it's just gonna take your problem solving skills to the next level, and you're gonna be able to build things that others cannot. So let's see, how can we achieve something like this natively inside the framer. Okay, so I have not memorized all the steps that I have to take, so we're gonna just kind of go through it together and figure it out. So basically, when I started thinking about this, the first thing that came to my mind: how can I expose properties on the right panel from a component that I can use to somehow change the aspect ratio of the frame? And I was thinking that, okay, we can draw a frame here. That's great. Let's put it within this. So this is great. Let's make this a little bit smaller, maybe 25 by 25. So we can create a frame like this. We can turn this into a component. Let's just call it test. And so, we have this component here. So the ideal world would allow me to just set the width to like a property that I can change from outside the component, on the right properties panel here. But width is just fixed. I can set it here. I can set it to a different value, and I'm going to see that if I set the component itself to fit width, now it's going to get what we have within the component. But there's no way to expose this on the page level. So I was like, okay, I can set this to fixed. I can set this to relative. That's not really helpful, but I can set it to fit. so it fits the content within, right? So I was like, okay, what can I put within that I can change as with a property that will then change the width of the component? So I started thinking, I was like, I can put a text layer there, right? So I can just turn this frame into a layout, a stack on the right panel, and I can just press T on my keyboard, click here, and I can just write, let's say A. And then I can set this variant to width fit content. And if I turn this into a property, so this little text layer will be selected on the right panel, content will be turned into plain text. So I'm just going to call it, let's say, text. If I go back now, and I go here, start writing A's here, you're going to see that I'm changing the width of the frame. And, it looks weird because, we have a bunch of A's inside, but, you can always just set the opacity to 0. It's not going to be visible, but still, you're changing the width. And you might say, okay, Nandi, great, you're really clever, but this is not the end of the solution, because when you're creating something that will be used by someone else, you always have to strive for making something that is super easy to use. So you don't want to, have your users mess around with like typing in these A's and try figuring out the width that they need. You kind of have to make it easy for them. Easy in a way that they just follow a few easy steps and have their logo set up with the correct aspect ratio. So how can we do that? So what I did is I basically changed the text layer's font properties. I changed it to, first of all, mono. So basically mono fonts have the same width for each letter. So it doesn't matter what the user types in, the number of the characters will matter. So I can just switch this enter to just mono. And then I can change the size to something smaller, maybe 7, something like this. And then I remove the content property. I'm just going to start playing around with this. What I'm seeing here is if I, for example, write in 6 A's, we're going to have the height of this variant, this little component, on 25. That's fixed by us. And then the width will also be 25. So what we can say is that by typing in 6 characters with this specific size, we're going to get an aspect ratio of 1:1. If this text size is larger or smaller, you can see that this gets messed up. So we want to use something, a little bit smaller, like 7. So we get a perfect 1:1 ratio. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just set the content property back, set variable text. Maybe I'm going to rename it to ratio. And then this is what we're going to use for setting the aspect ratio. Let's say the default is going to be 6 A's. So we have like a little square here. Now we just have to come up with a formula that anyone can use to set the correct aspect ratio that they actually need. So this is basically just mathematics, but if we are not that great with maths, we can just use AI. So what we're going to say here is we have a frame that gets 1:1 ratio when 6 characters is or are, I don't know, typed within. Can you come up with a formula for me that allows me to calculate the number of characters I have to type in to get a specific aspect ratio I need? Let's say I know my aspect ratio is 3:4. What is the easiest calculation I can use to know the number of characters I have to type within. Be simple with the answer. Let's see what we have. Okay, so as you can see, just multiply 6 by your desired width divided by height ratio. So that's all we have to do. So, and this is something that we can just write here, like check the size of your logo, divide height, not the height, width and height, and multiply by 6. That's it, right? So we're gonna have that, but we also need an image that we can upload. So I'm just gonna remove the fill color of the frame and I'm gonna set it up as an image property. So it's gonna be on the top. We're gonna call it logo. So now we created something that works in theory really nicely. All we have to do as a customer of this template, that we have to like find our logo, drag and drop it on the canvas, or somehow check the size. I mean, this is a square, so it's not that exciting. So let's just get this wider logo on the canvas. So I'm just gonna grab it, and you can see that the width is this. So I'm just gonna type it here and /40. So this is the number, and we just have to multiply that number by 6. And in theory, we have to write in 32, but it's closer to 33, so we're gonna write in 33. So we just click this, we write in 33A letters, which is a little bit, it's not the best experience, and that's why I created the component that makes it much easier. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, then just copy 20, 30, and then 33 it was, I think, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So now, as you can see, we have a frame that has the ratio that we need. We can upload the logo here. So drag and drop the wider, and you're gonna see that it's not gonna be perfect. I have no idea why. Maybe I have messed up the ratio. Let me try writing in 33A letters again. Okay, yeah, I messed it up. Good job, Nandi. So yeah, now we have 33A letters with them. But to make sure that, this is not like completely accurate ratio, because you can see we had like 32.7, so it's not that accurate. What we can do within the component is we can just set the image to type fit, and it's gonna make sure that it's never like cropping or anything. Yeah, that's basically it. Now, as you can see, if this was a template, people could still be able to, set the aspect ratio here with these A's. And again, you could argue that this is not the best experience, but I do think that this is the only way to do it natively if we don't have the component that I showcased at the beginning of this video, and that the component you can get at Framer University. But yeah, maybe you found another solution. Like, let's play around with this. Let's share ideas. Let me know in the comments if you found anything else. But yeah, again, I think this is the only one, but maybe there is another one. I don't know. But yeah, again, I think it's great to play around with these ideas, because it just really pushes your problem solving capabilities. You're gonna know more about Framer, because you're like thinking like, how can I do this? Is there a way to like twist and turn the existing features in Framer to create something that is a little bit out of the box solution? So yeah, basically that's it for this little video. I'm gonna leave the link for the component down in the description. Maybe I'm gonna also put a remix link for this solution. Maybe you want to remix it, I don't know. But yeah, basically that's it. If you have any questions or anything, drop them in the comments. And yeah, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.